Hello, welcome to WireMock Cloud Academy. WireMock Cloud allows you to set and use dynamic state in your stubs. This allows you to mock stateful journeys, such as creating and retrieving a resource. This is useful for situations where you may want to mock things like account balances, changing user attributes, or any session where the data may need to be dynamically modified. Today, I will demonstrate using WireMock Cloud's dynamic state feature. For this demonstration, we'll use a basic mock API representing a bank account where we store balance for each separate account ID. In our Get Balance for Account stub, you'll notice inside of the State Configuration section, I've enabled Dynamic State, which exposes both request matching and state operations sections. The Dynamic State pane allows us to specify request matching criteria. So in order for this stub to match, the balance key cannot be absent, and it's been connected with a context of request.path.accountID. Context is a scoping of the key value pair for balance and its represented value. So every account ID will have its own balance state. What this request matching is saying is that the account ID passed in the URL /accounts/account ID, its balance key value pair must not be absent, meaning there must be a value there. If that's the case, inside of our response, we can come down and using dynamic response templating, print the account ID again from the request path, and then print out the balance by retrieving the state using the state handlebar helper, referencing the balance key against the context request.pathID. And if there is no value stored in there, the default is null, then the value of 0 will be returned using the val handlebar helper. By the same token, this get balance for account not initialized, we can see it does not have the state configuration open or configured. It also has a lower priority. In this case, we'll return that the account is not initialized. In our credit post, we'll see that this is a post to a /accounts/account ID. We'll look for a JSON payload containing a credit number using JSON unit any number. And in the state configuration pane, we won't use any request matching, but we will use the state operations. State operations will affect the key value pairs. Our context is tied to the request.path.accountID so that every account ID can maintain its own balance. The key is balance. We have an operation of set. And for our value, we'll make use of the handlebar helper for arithmetic called math. We'll retrieve the previous value, and if there isn't a previous value, we'll set it to 0. And then we'll add that to a JSON path lookup against the request body, pulling out the credit value from that request body. The debit account path acts the same way, but instead that arithmetic operation is now using subtraction. Let's see this in action. Get balance for account, count 0. We can see error, account not initialized. Let's go ahead and actually initialize that account by crediting it. So again, counts 0. Let's go ahead and credit this $100. And we'll hit send. 204, no content returned, but the post was successful. We come back over to our get balance for account. Try that again. Accounts/0. We can see we now have our account ID of 0 and our balance of 100. We go ahead, try and debit against that account. Count 0 again. Let's go ahead and debit it $99. 204, no content. Successful post. We'll get our balance again for account 0. And notice our balance is now 1. However, if we go and we ask for a different account number, let's try maybe 4, we'll hit send. It has a separate state thanks to the context. So this account has account not initialized. And if we were to go actually initialize it by making a credit, account 4, we can say that this is 7423. We go 204, no content. Let's try our get account again. Account 4. There's our 7423. And if we ask for account 0, we still have our balance of 1. To reset all of the states inside of a mock API, we simply use the reset state button. Now all of those state variables have been cleared. If we were to request counts 0 again, we'd be back to our 0 day where it has not been initialized yet. For more details on dynamic state, including an in-depth example with breakdown, please visit docs.wiremock.io. As you've just seen, WireMock Cloud's dynamic state feature allows you to mimic the behavior of your stateful API dependencies more realistically. Try it yourself with a free forever account at wiremock.io.